All right, so the mainstream media has been claiming, of course, that Ron Paul doesn't stand a chance, and Drudge Report has a nice little headline up: Gallup, Obama in close race against Romney, Perry, Bachman, Ron Paul. Actually, I think Ron Paul is closer than Bachman, but I guess that's supposed to be the more surprise thing, Edge, even though it's really not when you think about it, because he's got his anti-war views, and I think that kind of helps him a little bit more out with independents. But here's the poll. President Barack Obama is closely matched. Hold on, let me turn his music down. It's gay music here. Actually, it's not a bad song, just not while I'm doing this shiz. Well, here, we'll just look at the numbers. Ron Paul, 45. Barack Obama, 47 among registered voters. Among national adults, it's even closer, 44, 45. Um, so, it's really close across the board. The one who did the worst actually was Sarah Palin. I don't know if they mentioned her in this. I had read on Hot Air that Sarah Palin did really bad in this poll. In other words, if you pit Sarah Palin up against Barack Obama, it was, I want to say he was ahead by like almost 15%. It was pretty big. So, and that's what she said. But, so, good news across the board. Good to see Ron getting some some good publicity. Secondly, he also had a 1.7, almost 1.8, I almost said billion, trillion, I was thinking of the government, $1.7 million birthday money bomb. It was more than a day, though, because they had some problems with the server. They thought they were under cyber attack, although I'm kind of wondering if they weren't maybe just overburdened with too many people. I mean, how would you know the difference? But anyways, it doesn't matter. I guess you could tell the difference if it was from the same location. So anyways, just good news all around here. And I turned that music down, but I still feel like I'm having to yell. So let me just yeah, do that. Das Boot. So overall, it's good to see. Mainstream media is still trying to ignore him, but when Drudge does stuff like this, this does help. It kind of keeps him on the front page, and the longer someone like him is on the front page, the more people he can convert. And when Ron Paul converts someone, it's not a half-assed sort of thing. I mean, you're there to stay. You are a Ron Paul supporter, and you're not going anywhere. Okay, because you kind of learn immediately. Okay, if I'm gonna follow this guy, what you learn is I have to listen to his reasoning. He might say something that sounds incredible, but when you listen to his reasoning, you're like, oh, okay, I get it. But you have to be willing to listen to his reasoning. A lot of people, some people, not a lot, some people just aren't willing to listen to reasoning. They just assume it's politics as usual. He's a white racist guy, that whole routine. So of course he wants to destroy welfare because he doesn't like blacks, that whole thing. So there's a lot of bullshit going on in that sense. But overall, it's good news. We're fighting the establishment as much as we can. It is going to be a difficult process to see if Ron Paul can actually change the mainstream Republican Party, Republican voters. It'll be fascinating to see if something will happen or if Ron Paul's able to convince them that it's time to vote for someone who will actually do what he says. And it's not going to be easy. He's going to need help, and that's the whole other issue. And that's going to be a big problem if he ever were to become president. But let's say he didn't get much accomplished in terms of legislation. That in of itself is a victory when you're a minimalist. When you want less government, you want someone there who is stopping legislation from getting through. So the mainstream establishment, they can't even fathom that kind of concept. They think that's like a defeat. Okay, it's like, okay, well, let's look back the last 10 years or 15 years. Wouldn't it have been nice for some of this legislation and some of these wars to not get done or not get through? Iraq, Afghanistan, the Patriot Act, TSA. I mean, all this stuff. If we could just stop this stuff with TSA, I guess you'd have to stop it yourself. But a lot of this stuff we could get rid of by simply not passing it. That would have been better than where we're at today. So that's pretty much it. I'm down to 30 seconds on this video. See ya.